Thank you very much, and good evening, everyone. Tonight's event reflects only one facet of the rich network of partnerships that the Phillips Collection has been engaged in with leading academic institutions. Just to give you an example, they include a shared postdoctoral fellowship with George Washington University, a joint class on cultural diplomacy that we are teaching to students of the School of Foreign Service at Georgetown University, and of course, our inspirational collaborations, ongoing collaborations with University of Virginia that aim primarily at promoting an intimate and profound experience at looking, using experiential learning and dynamic interactions to set the stage for the birth of new ideas. Tonight's topic, Art, Contemplation, and Wellness, resides deeply with the Phillips Collection, the first museum of modern art in this country, whose founder, Duncan Phillips, almost 100 years ago, experienced firsthand what he called the life-enhancing influence of art. After his father's death in 1917 and his brother's from influenza in 1918. Duncan Phillips later wrote this: "There came a time when sorrow all but overwhelmed me. Then I turned to my love of painting for the will to live. So in 1918, I incorporated the Phillips Memorial Gallery, first to occupy my mind with a large constructive social purpose, and then to create a memorial worthy of my father and my brother. I saw a chance to create a beneficent force in the community where I live, a joy-giving, life-enhancing influence." End quote. Phillips' spirit lives on throughout our museum in the mission he entrusted us to be an intimate museum combined with an experiment station, as he wrote in the 1930s, and in our permanent contemplative spaces, the Rothko Room, which was created in 1960, and the Leib Wax Room, which was commissioned in 2013. One of our key missions is to return arts to the national curricula, to add that A to STEM, science, technology, arts, engineering, and math. Our current special exhibitions do just that by combining art, science, and Shakespeare. If you haven't already seen them, please visit. We're on DuPont Circle, and the exhibition will be up until May 7th. Two exhibitions, Man Ray, Human Equations, and Hiroshi Sugimoto, Conceptual Forms and Mathematical Models, both highly stimulating and cross-disciplinary exhibitions. Thank you.
And welcome, and thank you, JD, for the introduction and for the bringing us together here as part of this collaboration. This partnership with the Phillips Collection, this collaboration started, as Klaus mentioned, about 5 years ago, and we've done a series of gatherings at the Phillips in Charlottesville. And as we started to think about what the next one would be, JD was with us at that early meeting along with Dorothy Kaczynski, the director of the Phillips, and a group of us gathering to sort of chart a new direction and a new possibility. And this nexus of art, contemplation, and wellness seemed like a fantastic opportunity, both because of the history of the Phillips and its engagement with these questions, but also with the extraordinary work that's going on across disciplines at the University of Virginia and the kinds of partnerships that are coming together to ask questions that don't get asked within the traditional boundaries of disciplines. But when you bring disciplines together, a different kind of question is asked. And some of the questions that, as we see here, that are not necessarily, even in the early video, that are not necessarily unlocked through traditional notions of science, that art provides a mechanism to allow doctors to be better doctors, patients to recover in different ways, for all of us as humans to actually experience other dimensions of our being that we are not defined, we cannot be defined in mechanical terms. Several years ago, Tom Skalak and I, he was the vice president for research at the time, and he was actually here at your first inaugural DASER event 4 years ago, and has been a driver on our side behind this collaboration. He unfortunately has left the university now and is head of science and technology at the Paul Allen Foundation, and so we're expecting extraordinary things from that in the future. But we realized that the existing structure of the university was not necessarily going to facilitate these kinds of partnerships and this kind of cross-disciplinary interaction very effectively. And so we created something called OpenGrounds. Many of you may know that University of Virginia was founded by Thomas Jefferson. He also designed Washington, among a number of other accomplishments. But it was built around a common shared space where the faculty from many disciplines could come together, the students and faculty could work in constantly changing relationships. And so OpenGrounds is about continuing that. We call it a grounds rather than a campus at the University of Virginia, and OpenGrounds is continuing that spirit into the 21st century, inventing new ways to partner and to work across disciplines. So it's in that spirit that this collaboration that we're engaging here with the Phillips, with the National Academy of Sciences, and the work that is happening here through the DASER programs, other work that we're doing with the State Department, with corporations, with many institutions beyond the university, raise the kinds of questions that will hopefully lead to a different kind of research in the future and a different kind of understanding in the future. Art lies at its core in many ways, and so we're very pleased that we have faculty here from music, from the nursing school, from the School of Medicine, from the School of Art, from our Fralin Museum of Art in Virginia, and look forward to the program. Thank you very much.